Hey, my friends. Oh, my goodness. Taylor and I were just laughing offline, but welcome to the Dallas Daily Show, coming at you from the Neighborhood Loan Studios. It is Friday. It is time to continue our conversation on upgrading. Today, we're talking about upgrading your four eyes. What do you say, Taylor? Should we get into it? Let's get into it. So Taylor records a lot of these just raw for me, and I hope that we have some outtakes at some point that we can put together because there are times she and I are laughing. So if you're watching the video version of this and my eyes are a little squinty and a little red and tearful because we've been laughing offline for this. But this whole week, guys, it's New Year's. I hope you have had an amazing first week. I hope you've been able to rest a little bit too. P.S. By the way, with the way the New Year's fell this year on a Wednesday, hopefully you were able to have a little bit of a rest and a little bit of a create a little space before you hit January full force. But we've been talking about this idea of not resolution, but upgrade this whole week. This idea that there is a future version of you out here. And we cover these in the MindSHIFT series. Those are coming back next week, but also you can listen to the first couple of those in that series from the notes below. But this midweek mind shift that we like to do on Wednesdays now is say hello to future you, becoming this future version of yourself, and how you can actually actualize that person, because you're on one of two trajectories, right? You're becoming this version of yourself that you want to avoid, or you're becoming this future version of yourself that you want to become. And here in the new year, we've been talking about this. People do these resolutions, but they're doing resolutions from their old framework, from their old mind, from their old behavior. And we don't want that, because that's how we break our resolutions pretty quickly, because we're trying to break old bad habits from an old framework, and it just ain't gonna work. So instead, what we have to do is we have to get an upgraded version of ourselves and become someone new, the mind shift. So again, you can listen to that series. The full episodes are coming back next week as well. But today, I wanted to talk about this idea of upgrading your four eyes. You've heard me talk about these. We do have the winning game plan series as well. We got a lot of little series in the notes, Taylor. We got the winning game plan. We got the Future You 5-day challenge. We got the mind shift stuff. We got Joel Staley Shed Fat Fast. We got neighborhood loans for it. We got lots of links down in the notes, folks. Down in the notes, folks. That sounds like that should be an old gospel song. It's obviously a Friday, and we are like we're pumping through these. So this version of yourself in the four eyes, in the winning game plan, we talk about the fact that usually the four eyes are because we are failing. Fatigue, F.A.I.L, right? Let's go back to that from the winning game plan series. Fatigue, anxiety, identity, like who am I in this new place, in this new space? How do I show up as myself? And then lack of accountability. It's usually like people who isolate, people who say, no, I'm going to muscle through and do this on my own. And they don't have that cheerleading group and that coach and the accountability to help them really accelerate their learning. They usually fail as well. So fatigue, anxiety, identity, lack of accountability. Those are the four fail factors. But on the opposite side of that is the winning game plan. If we grow in the four eyes, our insights every day, right? If we grow like we're learning stuff, and not just quantity learning, but quality learning. If we grow in the imagination of who we are and what we think is possible for us every day, that's an important thing. Right? The third eye is intention, my will plus my action, setting what I will do today and actually doing it. I'm honoring myself there. I'm growing in that intention. And then also the final eye here is impact, the positive impact that I'm making in the world with other people. So those are the four eyes: insight, imagination, intention, and impact. And when we grow in those every day, then we're actually winning at life. This is the year, my friend, and I'm going to challenge you. This is the year. It's time to assess how you're growing in those. We're 40 episodes in to the Dallas Daily Show. We've been going at this 8-9 weeks at this point, right? You've learned these early on, but it's important that you increase every day in these. But but not just increase, not just hit them and be like, I learned something today. Oh yeah, I believed in myself a little bit more today. It's not that. It's not little stuff. There's an upgraded version of this. There is a commitment to consistency. You've heard me say this on the show in the past. I will say it again. One of my life quotes that I say regularly to myself is, Dallas, motivation will excite you. Inspiration will ignite you, but it is a commitment to consistency that will ultimately transform you. It is that daily commitment to consistency that will ultimately transform you, my friend. So don't just be motivated by your new keyword for the year or your 2025 resolution. Don't just be inspired, right? Don't just be motivated and excited or inspired and ignited, like this is the week I'm going to get it done, and then burn out really quickly because you aren't upgrading your framework. You aren't upgrading your operating system. You aren't upgrading who you are. It's time to upgrade your insights. It's time to be so consistent with those every day to say, I'm going to challenge myself to learn something new. I'm going to challenge myself to believe something new, imagination about myself. I'm going to challenge myself to actually honor my word to myself, will plus action, intention every day. I'm going to challenge myself to make an even more positive impact on the lives of those I come in contact with, that everybody's life who comes in contact with you would be enriched. That's a belief, man. That's the prayer. That's the way to start thinking about our lives. So that you would upgrade this with consistency and a commitment to that this year to upgrade who you are becoming. That's my challenge to you today. And yes, we're doing a Future You 5-day challenge. No longer triggered by all the old stuff, by all the old scripts, by all the old beliefs and old sedations. I'm going to teach you in this Future You 5-day. I've talked about this whole week. The Future You 5-day, I'm going to teach you how to adapt. When a trigger occurs, how do you adapt in that moment? And how do you anchor to this future version of yourself you want to become? This is not a trite 5-day challenge. This is not a filled with milk and cookies sort of thing. There's nothing milquetoast about this. We're going to get into it. You're going to walk away with a 2025 playbook to upgrade yourself, to say hello to the future version of you. I welcome you to that. It's Future You. It's futureyou5day.com. Future You, the number 5 day.com. Okay. www.futureyou5day.com. I would love for you to join me there, my friends. I'm going to quit pushing this for right now. We're going to be running these Future You challenges occasionally throughout this 2025, but I want you to join me for this first one. Start January, ready to say hello to Future You. Quit being triggered by all the old stuff. It's time to upgrade. It's time to upgrade your insights. It's time to upgrade your imagination. It's time to upgrade your intention, and it's time to upgrade your impact. It's time to upgrade you, your I. I am different. That's what I got for you today, my friends. Go to futureyou5day.com. Join me for that challenge and have a championship day.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more tools, go to dallasdailyshow.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.